Welcome to Tales from the Walk-In. This is episode 10. I am one of your hosts, Hot Sauce Tuna Sandwich. We have Katie Baby, a.k.a.
HBK. I'm just kidding. I'm going to own it. I'm going to own it now. Happy Nappy Froyo. That's my tag on Instagram.
We have our other host, which is the professional, a.k.a. Clay, a.k.a. Strong Back Zaddy.
Ew.
Yeah. Zaddy. And our special guest today is the wonderful Miss Charlotte Miller. And
AKA Mama Blanche.
AKA. There we go.
Mama Char.
First of all, I want to say welcome,
Thank
Charlotte.
This is awesome. Like I said, listening to the past couple of shows, I'm a little nervous.
Oh, don't be nervous at all. Matter of fact, let's start it off like we started off. Cheers to you.
Oh,
Cheers.
Ding. I was going to bring Uncle Nearest, but your last guest had it, so I didn't want to be two-timing.
Man, we don't care. We
Oh yeah, it would have got drank one way or another.
It's quality stuff.
It is.
Aquaneers is delicious. So I guess we'll jump right into it. Charlotte, tell Nashville about you. Like,
I'm a unicorn. I grew up here in Nashville.
I was out of town.
Okay, so I was out near Mount Juliet.
Okay.
Close enough.
Yeah, but I went to St. Joseph, which is over in Madison, and then went to school here in Fog.
Nice.
So
Oh, you went to Home
I went to Fog. My sister teaches there now, so when I say I'm a native, went to school at Aiken and Vanderbilt. I'm a unicorn.
Oh, you went to Vandy?
No, my mom did.
Oh, your mom went to Vandy.
We grew up on campus. I went to the University of South Carolina.
Oh.
I'm a Gamecock. Go Cox.
Gamecocks.
Cox.
I came into cooking really late.
When did you start cooking?
I didn't start cooking until I was almost 25. That's late.
Yeah.
And then I didn't get good and went back to culinary school in my 30s. And then that's when I really took off. Got passed around literally between different kitchens. I did a stage at Le Bernardin. I worked at the Orangery, Blackberry Farms, and then went down to the Keys. Did a $65 million renovation project with Hawks K and sort of found my niche. I was sort of the Gordon Ramsay of kitchens. I could go in and figure out what wasn't going right, fix menus, work incredible hard hours, choke people. I can say I have made grown men cry, which is not like something you should put on a resume.
Everybody has to cry.
Fuck your feelings.
Yeah. We can talk about that walk-in later.
Word.
And then, like I said, came back to Nashville, and my brother was the one who convinced me to come back. He was like, Nashville's a food city now. And I was like, no way.
It didn't used to be that way.
I know. That's why I had to leave. The lady I was working with in Knoxville, when I first started cooking, she said, you have to leave Tennessee if you want to do anything, especially as a black woman.
And that, I mean, matter of fact, first of all, you are our first female guest, and I just want to say that props to that shit, and yet alone a beautiful black woman, because
Thank
you know.
I'm also the first black chef in the history of the Hermitage Hotel, and the first woman.
What is 13 years?
113. Yeah, we read that
yeah.
today. Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
Girl, talk your shit.
That is
Please talk your shit.
like I said, so that was when I found that out. I was like, really? Oh, okay, that's cool.
So that means you a whole legend out here, is what you're saying.
I am now, yes. I'm gonna sit in my auntiness now. Before I used to try to hide from it and be like, no, I'm not 40. But now, yeah, I'm sitting in all my auntiness. Yeah.
It is.
And it's good.
Good.
There it is.
I would like to see more of us.
Yeah,
in the business.
I would like to see more black female chefs in the business, man. That's one thing that I don't think that I get to see a lot in kitchens. Like, I mean, I've seen a couple of like black sous,
Right.
black men, but like I haven't seen too many black female. I've seen a couple female sous chefs.
But
actually.
usually they're pastry, which is always the hard part.
Yep.
Yeah,
I remember someone said that to me, they're like, oh, a pastry chef. I was like, no, that's not what I said I was.
man.
I'll cook. I definitely won't bake. Like, baking is not like... I'm like, what?
Man, my homegirl, man, Andrea, she was the pastry chef over at Fifth and Taylor for a while.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
and
I
she's
love Fifth and Taylor too.
yeah, man, we went there a couple weeks ago. Got those
With
fried.
Ben.
With Ben, we went and got those fried duck wings.
There's a couple spots
so
like
good.
there's some really good pastry chefs, and now we're getting some women chefs that are great. Juliana and Henrietta Reds.
Okay.
Rebecca, the pastry chef at City House. I love Margot. She was one of the first people to come to East Nashville.
Man, Margot is lit. And the food there is delicious.
You know,
Man.
that's actually one of the reasons why I came back to Nashville. My sister was like, "Hey, there's this little place called Margot's. You should come down here before I move back here." And I had the lamb meatballs with the cilantro pesto, and I was like, "Oh, somebody's really cooking."
Like somebody's really somebody's doing some
Because
shit.
in Nashville, let's be honest, there was some really bad food.
I mean, it was all meat and three. Meat and three and hot chicken is what it mostly was.
But the thing is, hot chicken wasn't around when I was a kid.
Really?
Hot chicken, because of where hot chicken was a late night food. And if you were where you were supposed to be, you weren't on this side of town, and you definitely were not eating no hot chicken.
Yeah. Okay, that's back when Princess was on Ewan.
Right.
And they used to stay open till 4 on the weekends. So like that, I mean,
What?
like,
Yes.
yeah,
bro.
Fucking their guts up till 4 o'clock in the morning.
I definitely was.
Y'all assholes are immaculate.
we damn near fell asleep out there waiting
Jesus
on
I
that
mean,
damn hot
waiting
chicken.
on hot chicken at like, getting there at like 3:45 just to get in to get an
right
order.
before, yeah.
But we
sweat.
would call it in though and still have to wait
Well,
an
no,
hour.
you know they never answered the phone, so like you
But when
would
they
call.
did,
They was too busy. Like, it ain't the time you sitting on the phone for y'all to be
At
like,
3 o'clock in the morning.
let
Drunk.
me, y'all got, like, nah, bring your ass in if you really want this
oh no, I
fucking
already
food.
know what I want.
Man, leg quarter and fries, man, medium. That's it.
So yeah, so like I said, I grew up here in Nashville, and all the different restaurants and stuff in here was like Wild Boar, and those were the fancy places. Valentino,
Mm.
Granite Falls,
PF Chang's.
that was like a big
PF.
deal. When PF Chang's came,
That was my first service industry job in Nashville.
I will say this, Wolfgang Puck though, when you get good systems in, when you get people who've gone through good systems, you can always tell.
Yeah,
I can
yeah.
always tell employees who've gone through good systems.
That place is a well-oiled machine, you know. I mean,
Anybody who comes to Walt Disney World, anytime I see that, I want to pull them immediately.
Really?
Yeah. They have great training programs, especially for sous chefs. You come off of a, what do you call those little boats or whatever? Nah, we good.
Cruise
we
Cruise
all,
ships, no,
we all
okay.
black. We ain't gonna talk about too many boats. You know?
Fuck that,
Yeah.
I want a yacht. Fuck
Hey, man, what?
On the boats. Well, when I lived in the Keys, that was one of the things. Like, we had that was when I realized what money was.
Oh shit!
When I watched somebody spend $18,000 to put gas in their boat
Sheesh.
For gas,
to go fishing.
To go fish.
I was like, oh, this is a different kind of lifestyle I don't know about.
Yeah. Me and Clay was talking about that on the way over here. I said, I need money. He was like, we all need money. I said, nah. I was like, I want some for real fuck around money.
$18,000
yeah,
fishing
like
money.
I want to have like
$18,000 gas money.
Right, I don't want no mortgage, but I already own my house, but I also can go on vacation whenever the fuck I want. Oh, the tab's $1,000. I got you like extra tip. Fuck the gratuity, like.
Yeah, it is.
Just,
Girl,
like,
my gas
to
is
find out, money,
$18,000 for my boat. Like you can't even like give me 10 for gas. Like,
Yeah,
it's
$10 ain't
18.
even gonna scratch the surface.
The Lord knows if I had money, I'd be ignorant.
Me, yeah.
Oh, you couldn't tell me nothing.
It's like why
Yeah,
not?
Couldn't
Why
tell me
not?
nothing.
Nope.
nothing.
Although I will say though, people ask you that question, like, what would you do if you won the lottery? The first thing I would do was put in a food co-op in North Nashville.
Word.
I thought they were working on that.
They are. I'm a part of the Nashville Food Co-op. I was gonna say, and I think that
Charlotte got jobs.
Man,
y'all.
Charlotte a whole legend out here.
Charlotte literally has jobs, yo. Like,
I want to get in on that.
okay, which one to get on?
Shit, I would like to
co-op.
also. Like,
Oh, to get on the co-op? Yeah.
yeah.
So the cool thing about it is it's an ownership.
Yeah.
You spend $250. It's your ownership for life,
Yeah.
and you vote on everything. Can you imagine the impact that would be on North Nashville if everybody in that neighborhood got to own a part of the grocery store?
Mm-hmm.
That grocery store is also connected to the farms, and also is going to bring up the property values. And you get to hire the people from your neighborhood and have cooking classes.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's only basic things that you need as a human being: food, shelter, security.
Yeah.
Can you imagine what that would change for a neighborhood to have food
lot.
all the time?
I mean, you're thinking if enough people buy into the co-op,
And they get to vote on everything. Everything is voted.
and
They
then
own it.
you could do scholarship programs to
Right.
send somebody to culinary school,
Exactly.
and then doing that with our community.
I'm
With
thinking.
man, I'm
do
here
whatever
with you.
You can do whatever you want, really.
Yeah. So that's the dream. That's the dream. I keep thinking that what we need to do is have a fundraiser to where we can buy memberships for other people.
Man, let's do it.
Let's do that.
Let's do that. Let's
Yeah.
make
we
that
got
happen.
we got to stop putting our business ideas on the podcast, though, man. This is like the third episode in a row we've done this.
It can be edited out.
Hey,
This is
We,
combo.
we ain't gonna edit it, but we just speak it
mean-
into existence. We
I
don't
mean,
let
but you-
everybody hear it. And
Well, I
then-
believe in that.
and watch it
Mignon,
happen.
from Cupcake Collection, she is my fairy godmother.
Mm.
Because when I started Mama Blanche, I came to her and I said, hey, I had this idea to start this brunch delivery business. And she said, you are way too qualified to come in here and decorate cakes. I go, but I need money. She goes, no, you have an idea. You're going to be mad if you don't have it. She set me up with Pathway Lendings and Metro Center. She told me to show up and have a meeting with Courtney Rogers the next day. And that's how I started Mama Blanche. She could have hired me, but
That's
instead
dope.
she was like, nope, this is what you do. And then the next thing I needed, she was like, and the next thing, and the next thing.
I
And
see
she
that.
always checks
That's
up on
dope.
me.
That's a good person to have around, man.
Yeah.
Someone like I'm not gonna hire you because like you're discrediting yourself by me hiring you. Like,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
like, but I'll give you some free game, and you know. Everybody needs free game, man. I mean, everybody needs
Pay
somebody
it forward.
Yeah,
I just
mean,
did it today. Like, pay it forward, man.
like you talking about us not putting our ideas on the podcast, and I'm like, man, sometimes people need free game, man. I mean, and
I'm
just
cool with it. I was just talking shit.
No, my thing is, but don't put me on game and not expect for me to do something with it.
yeah,
'Cause that happened to somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody introduced me to the guy from Uncle Nearest, and I got on
Talking about,
game.
Speedy? Yeah.
I won't call him Speedy. I won't call a grown man Speedy. His name is Chris. I'm not calling him like, yo, Speedy. No, his name is Chris.
Chris.
But yeah, I love Uncle Nearest and the whole story and everything else. But when I got on, I was like, oh, they're like, that was my idea. I go, yeah, you had an idea. I executed it.
I mean, because like you can have
That's where it
ideas,
counts.
That part.
you can have
Yeah.
ideas all day, man, and if
And I met many people who do.
but like if they're not gonna do nothing with it, it's just an idea, it's bullshit.
Right.
You know, yeah.
Yeah, money walks. If you talking,
Actions walk. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like if somebody like takes your plan and executes it, man, it's just your idea. I think you should get some kind of paid, like you should get free food at the spot or some shit like that.
I
But,
invited her.
you know,
I invited her to the event.
yeah, you can VIP status.
There was some drinks involved.
You can come through.
I sent an invitation. Thanks for the invite.
Yeah, no.
Thanks for the introduction. This is what I did with it.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
I didn't like not say thank you.
and you're a
That
weirdo
would've
if you
been
take this
rude.
shit any other different type of way. You know what I'm saying? I think people are weird to get mad about someone doing that.
I do too. I think that's
Yeah.
very weird. I think hospitality in general, because another one of my jobs is I teach hospitality people who've been previously incarcerated at Project Return. And I do that once a month. And again, that was something that Mignon helped me with as well, because it sort of focused me. Because being in this business, I had noticed that there was always people who always had these checkered past. And I thought about that, and I was like, how are these same people not allowed to come back and pull their lives together? And there was things I didn't know about, like, how do you owe money after you've been in jail for 10 years? That's a real thing.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah. You've been making 10 cents a day.
And now you go tell me I owe you $7,000 to watch me?
And then you're going back to jail if you don't pay this.
you
That,
don't. Right.
It's the
And
system,
because I can't
man.
get a job. So when I found that out, and someone was like, you should start a hospitality program. And I was like, yeah, let's do that. So I built this program with Project Return where if I had somebody come into my kitchen on the very base level, like literally ground floor, dishwasher, prep cook, what was the minimum I would want them to know? And I made sure they were served safe, how to talk to guests, those kind of things. And one of the things I say is my TED Talk to all of my students is that hospitality can fix the world. If you anticipated everyone's needs, if you thought about somebody else, and if you genuinely were concerned about everyone else's experience, what would our world look like?
Damn.
Game changer.
Okay, church. This is second church, so everybody knows.
No, this is a late service.
Second
Late
service.
This is second service. That's what it's called. Second
Second
service.
service.
Yeah, we had second service.
But seriously, what would that look like? Can you imagine if everybody did that? Where you were like, I thought about who you are and I purposely know the kind of person you are, and I'm going to make sure your experience and everything is going to be sensual. Everything. That means all of your senses are all the time engaged, and how that would work with everybody. And you're always going to think about empathy and how they interact with each other. And that's like, it changed the way I taught. It changed the way I looked at other people. But Project Return was one of those things that definitely made me a better person. And that was after, because I hated myself when I was cooking fine dining.
So what do you think is stopping people from thinking like that?
Money.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, seriously, if I just had a conversation with a great bartender, Jeremiah Blake. I love him to death. And we were just talking about this. He's saying that I could go for the guarantee. I mean, after COVID, boy, headhunters were out left and right.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I got offers from places like, you want to go to Texas? You want to go to California? And it was guaranteed, $200,000, 200, whatever. I'm not making that kind of money now. Let me make that clear. I'm not making that kind of money now.
Don't run up.
Exactly.
Don't run up.
But I said to myself, is this what's going to make you happy? And is this what the long-term goal was? And what's the value of the bag? And I was like, the value of the bag for me is about how I'm changing lives right now. I'm thinking about food security, all those other things, because those other 15 years in the business, I was that asshole charging $200 for seafood towers and $16 for kale salads that cost $1 to make.
I mean,
Let's just be honest.
That's something like everybody always talks about getting the bag, and no one really talks about what is the value of that bag that you're trying to get. Like that's something that you just said. That shit is fucking mind blowing. Everybody always thinks about getting to the bag, but man, how much does that bag really cost? You know what I'm saying?
It only cost me a lot. I have a kid. He's 23 now, but he was raised by his father. Thank God I had a great guy who understood role reversal. He was not about like, you're the woman, you need to stay at home, blah, blah, blah. That was not Edward at all. But it's definitely like I lost every holiday. I mean, there's some days I remember being in a hotel and I would say things like, okay, guys, during Christmas, and I'm like, it's Mother's Day brunch. And I was like, whatever, brunch is a brunch. All the holidays are the same.
Everything's the same.
Exactly. All the people are going to come. I'm going to run around for 15 hours. That's fine. Everybody's going to be happy. That's it. Like, I had no concept. I put my honeymoon aside.
Damn.
I was working at a place called Tranquility Bay, and we had I still write her a anniversary card every year. She was getting married in the hotel up the street. Wasn't going to be finished in time, and they said, I just got married. I was going to go to Mexico. And my manager came in and goes, okay, so I know you're supposed to leave, but we've got a $140,000 wedding in the off season, and it's going to give you a real good cushion, but it's during your vacation. I go, what vacation? And he's like, your honeymoon? I go, no, not my vacation, because I want that bonus. I got married on a Wednesday for that reason.
Off day.
Yeah, off day.
Got married on the off day.
Got married on off day. I was back on the line on Friday.
Damn.
Sacrifice.
That cushion must have been real nice.
I mean, real talk. I gotta take a shot for that, man, because that's something that people don't talk about. We miss so many special moments with the people that we actually really do care about for the bread, and that is
sometimes not even for the bread. It's just because you don't want to be the jerk
to let somebody else down
because that's your buddy on the line.
Yeah.
Like you're all in the trenches together.
It's like, I mean, honeymoon. We're playing that later.
Well, I told him to go ahead. He went. I go, you go and have a great time. I was in the Yucatan. We had bought this house for the week, and I was like, this lady came in, make tortillas and stuff, and I was like, yo, go for a couple of days. I'll be there on Monday.
That's real though.
That's cool.
I'll be there.
Yeah, I'll be there. I'm not coming. I paid for the trip.
We've been
Motherfucker, I'm on the way.
Yeah, I'm on the way. But shit, we've seen each other every day for so long.
Right
anyway,
there.
like,
Come on now.
Yeah.
You know what time it is.
You like this house we live in?
We'll keep it moving.
There you go. Cheers.
Yeah. Ooh,
All right. So what other questions you want to know?
everything.
I ain't gonna lie to you, man. You said a word already, and like,
Yeah. You're doing good.
Okay, good.
So, one of the articles that I pulled up on Google, because I was like, I'm just going to Google Charlotte real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Can I tell you how that's a real pimp move, by the way? That's a real flex move. I had to do it to somebody. I did it to somebody at 12:30, the new club that opened up, because they made us wait 3 hours all for a table for a birthday after we had already agreed to wait. They were going to make us wait another hour on top of that. And I was like, okay. I'm not doing it.
Ain't no
Ain't
way
doing it.
nice enough for me to wait 3 hours.
No.
That's why I said, and I was with other people, so I was like, I can fix this. Please let me fix this right now. Please let me fix this. And so I had to. And they're like, what'd you do? I said, my name. Yeah.
Look it up.
Yeah. I was like, and he's like, how did you know I was the manager? I was like, the micros card on your wrist. You weren't incognito. You're the one that keep coming to, and you got the micros card. Let me tell you what your hostess just told me at the front door. Told me I couldn't come in because I wasn't buying bottles.
I mean, first of all, one thing that lets me know that place won't worth waiting 3 hours was the micros card. If you use the micros.
Swiper, no swiping. Swiper, no swiping. No swiping.
Yeah, no.
Can I tell you what I had? The micros guy come down, and I was like, I don't know why I can't make the micros talk to the inventory and have everything talk together. And he was like, it doesn't work that way. So I made my own program to do that.
Oh,
that was
shit.
the keys, and it took me like
Fucking
4
over
hours.
here, this job's on.
Jesus
Charlotte, if I ever need a fucking job, I'm literally be like, Charlotte, I don't know what else I can do other than bartend, but listen,
I can do a couple of things for you right now.
just
Hell yeah.
literally, like, guide me, please. I'm taking you up on auntie status.
Oh, I'm actually over here taking
Right.
notes.
Okay, so the article that I pulled it was the future of Nashville.
Oh.
Yeah, it was like from 2018, I think. When it was.
But the women.
The future of Nashville dining is female. So yeah, so I pulled that article up and I saw where one of the quotes that they pulled up for you, you were saying about how you had to silence yourself or
all
like
the time.
soften your voice and soften.
Still scare the white people.
Right. So
I'm not kidding you. Like that's seriously what it was. Do not scare the. Make sure you
Right.
sound the right way.
Mm.
You look the right way. I always wore pearl earrings. I always wore lipstick. Pulled my hair back. I was always making sure I used proper English at all times.
and that's not even but that's also just not even being a woman in that industry, but being a black woman.
Because I could never throw things at servers the way my male counterparts did, because that would be called passionate. When I got mad that somebody forgot a breakfast service, and they called me at 3 o'clock in the morning to tell me I had to go into the kitchen to cook breakfast for people who were showing up at 8 that same morning, and when I raised my voice, I had to go to HR.
That's bullshit. That's bullshit, man.
Because she cried.
Fuck her tears. Fuck that.
Because I was
Fuck her
mean
tears.
when she messed up. And when I told her, I want to know how this happened, and she started crying, I said, you need to get up from this table, go dry your tears, and when you're ready to talk to me like an adult, come back.
Thank you.
And that's when I was told I was not very compassionate.
No, fuck
Because
that. Like,
I could not, but though, in all fairness, that's because I had not been shared that same kind of compassion. I had been called Mon Petit Negrita, which is my little black one, in like one kitchen for like a year and a half. And I said, oui, mon chef, that's all I ever answered to him.
Yeah.
And I was like, it's fine. Because I came in the old way. And even with guys, like you better be able to handle that.
Right.
So I was a little private school girl and whatever, and I was like, I'm going to go be a chef. I had to prove that. I had to prove that.
Man, that's facts.
The industry was cutthroat for a minute, but the way people are growing up, like this younger generation, you can't say shit to them without them running to the fucking manager about something or making up stories or just any other bullshit.
So getting like it's their birthday. I was like I just told you a story. I missed my honeymoon. You think I care about your birthday?
Yeah.
Hopefully you'll have another one. If you don't make me mad.
That sounds just like Katie.
I ain't the only one out here ready to like, what the fuck's
Yeah,
that?
Katie, all day. That's Oh yeah, y'all might be somewhat
related some kind of way.
Charlotte's out here like, okay.
Yeah, I was like, what do I look like caring about that?
Giving a fuck
I'll
about
give you
your
a
birthday.
cupcake. I'll make a cupcake at work for you. We'll see.
get you a little candle.
Yeah.
You know how many Christmases I've missed with my kids?
Thank you.
How many
Thanksgiving,
Yeah.
Thanksgiving.
anniversaries, Valentine's Day, garbage. I mean, seriously. I remember one year, though, I tried on every diamond ring that somebody, because we were at Little Palm, this private resort out in the islands, and it's only 22 bungalows. Got to be 16 to get on the island, and everybody wants to propose on Valentine's Day at this place. And I was like, these rings are phenomenal. So I tried on every single one, and I remember a chef came in and goes, how are you going to keep them apart? I go, I am a Southern woman. If you don't think I don't know the difference between different diamonds and carats and color and carat, come on now. Man. I was like, my mama didn't do her job right. These rings all look very different. So you do not have to worry about me mixing these up. So I was like, it's fine. Don't worry about these diamonds. Make sure they get on the table. We'll be fine.
Make sure they get them back.
Everybody got proposed to.
That's a weird flex. I wouldn't want to propose to someone where everybody proposes to someone. That sounds weird.
Did you see where that guy proposed to the girl?
That's the kind of money I want. Fuck that. Bitch, what happened to me? I got nothing. Like, shit.
No, like a guy, though, he just proposed to his girlfriend, like, where he pretended like the cops were going to take him off the bike. And she jumped in and stopped them because she thought that they were going to arrest him or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
That's not funny.
That's not cool.
Right. And then
That's
I get
cool
on me
at
behind
all.
her like, yeah, what the fuck?
Yeah,
Stop playing with the police. It's not cute. It's not cute.
No. Not like that. It also said to me, so she already put her body in the way for you. So you've now made your whole relationship and your marriage about her sacrificing for you.
Nope.
Yeah, that's not a good look.
That's not a good look. It's not a good look at all.
There's nothing sexy about that.
He would have been like, no, absolutely not. I say no to this. I say no to all of this.
You know what? No.
I do not want to get married to you.
No, I want to do some rich shit.
Exactly.
You out here doing
I want this
stupid
$18,000 gas boat.
Gas man.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
Let's do that. Let's gas up the
at
boat.
minimum take me to Gulf Shores and put me on the beach with the sunset. And then just either way, that's just no. We're not playing with the police. It's not cute.
Man,
No.
no.
Not for the gram. It's just
no.
It's just like stop doing everything for fucking social
You try to
media
play with the police and I fuck around and get popped.
Yeah. No.
I can't even laugh at that because
And then we all start laughing.
it's like, God damn.
Like shit.
I mean,
over here trying to be
this
cute.
is our black trauma. It's fine for us to laugh. Shit.
Yeah,
Like,
facts.
shit.
Could you imagine Ashton Kutcher doing a Punk'd episode with police?
You're getting your ass canceled.
Bruh. Beating the
Cancel
shit out of
culture
Ashton
is
Kutcher,
coming
bro.
the fuck
Man.
after you. Don't fucking play.
Yeah.
Ah,
But I say those are kind of things like, the thing is though, hospitality all deals with stuff like this.
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, we're thinking about yet again because I'm thinking you didn't think about the person you were proposing to. That's bad hospitality.
Just like you
on their part.
Yeah.
Yeah, you want to get married on some
Yeah, you think that's funny because it was funny to you, but you did not put her in the center.
Mm-hmm.
That'll make a motherfucker say no.
I would say no.
Man.
And that would tell you about
That
yourself.
make a motherfucker say no.
And I'll begin to break down why this was such a horrible proposal.
Like, hell no.
Yeah, let me tell you why.
Like, you really thought this was a good idea?
I'm judging you. I'm worried about your judgment. We gonna have kids together?
I gotta live with you?
What kind of birthday presents am I gonna get?
That sounds like an HR situation.
You can't call HR in a marriage.
Oh, what would a marriage look like if you had an HR department? Shoot, you should not be able to have an HR department in the kitchen. I remember when someone told me in HR that I had to give everybody a break. I go, you do know they don't get here till 2 o'clock, right? We start service at 5. When would I give them a break? Like, I feed everybody family meal at 4:30. That's technically a break, but I need them here for family meal. We go through our meeting and stuff like that. But no, they can't clock out.
Yeah.
I mean, what, legally you have to clock out every what? Is it like 10 hours that you actually have to?
6.
Like, it's 6
6
hours?
6.
I mean, that shit.
Legally in what field?
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
if you sign the paperwork.
What people working?
Because I've worked at a place to where you can either decline your break or not decline the break. So you either work through your 12, 13-hour shift, or legally they have to make you take a break if you sign the paper. It's corporate.
Oh.
Okay.
But I've worked in the industry for so long. It's like it ain't no breaks.
Yeah, there's no breaks.
I mean, like I got
You might be
Ain't no
lucky.
break.
You might be lucky.
Yeah, there's no breaks.
You may be lucky to go take a
Matter of
piss.
fact, yeah, I used to get mad with people who would smoke all the time. And I was like, I don't smoke.
That's the
Yeah,
break.
yeah.
That's the break.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was like,
technically.
ooh.
I used to
Actually,
be out on them
man.
motherfucking steps at fucking double dogs on them fucking days. I've been hot boxing a cigarette like a motherfucker. Please don't nobody come in here and talk to me right now, because right now my lungs are being used for one thing, and that's to inhale this fucking cigarette in less than fucking 5 minutes, and that's really not easy. I'm going in here lightheaded. I ain't had no real food. I've been grazing on motherfucking celery and carrots with a yeah, like maybe a few fries. I might ask somebody to give me a bite of a chicken wing. I ain't had nothing, so I'm lightheaded as fuck. Please do not interrupt me during my little funky ass smoke break. Let me go out here and regroup so I can come back in here and sling some more shit.
I also
Please.
did understand people who could drink on the line.
Please.
Like, I worked with people who could come in and would drink all through service. Oh, I don't know how in the world they did that. I am not kidding you.
Drink through service.
Yeah, can't do it.
It's possible.
I can't
do it.
smoke weed and
I
go to
can do
work.
it in moderation.
Yeah, I wouldn't be high. I couldn't
can't
be
do
high
it
behind the
either.
bar.
Because to me, everything is so, like, I'm always,
But
this could happen and this could happen.
But you're more so you back at the house.
Right.
Yeah. I mean,
yeah, so yeah, I've always been chefing. I was a little of a prodigy. I came in as an intern for one spot, and the chef was like, "No, come here." And next thing I know, I was writing menus, and then I was in Food and Wine magazine, the first restaurant I had as a sous chef job out of culinary school in 2 months, and then just kept building on it, and just kept working and working and working. And the thing is, too, is I'll work. I have no problems with 12, 14-hour days, and I did, and I love it. I do love it. That's part of the problem too. You got to be careful, because if you love it, you'll start doing it over and over again, and not realizing that money to stress ratio, or even just like you said, the sacrifices and stuff. You make sacrifices for it, and you don't realize that you're making sacrifices
I
for
feel
it.
like stress is also an addiction that people don't want
Oh,
to address.
yes.
Because
I'll take it as a pride thing. Oh, you're not going to tell me I'm not going to. Because especially as being a woman, you're not going to lift that for me.
Yeah.
You're not going to. And I used to get mad when we would bring other women into it, and they would do that. I can't.
if you don't use your adult voice.
Right.
and
If you don't
stop-
pick that up, like if we got to pick up 50-pound bags of flour because he has to pick up 50-pound bags of flour, then you do that. Or you figure out a way. Like, I had a milk crate. I can't reach things. I just jump up things and grab stuff down. Those are the kind of things where you can't. Or I had one woman who was like, it's that time of the month. I go, what time of month is that? I don't. What, you don't think I?
You don't think I don't want to be off and like laying in my bed and like just suffering, like not suffering like through like.
I was like that. I go
feedback?
like none of this. I told her, I was like, I'm your worst nightmare. I'm not a guy who's afraid to talk about this with you. I'm a woman. I go through this also. Show up.
I can't speak.
I have no words.
See, exactly. That's why
I have no words.
You can't do
I
it.
can't speak on
All
it.
right, Charlotte. I'm like, God damn it. You know what? You're right. We need more women on this show because I need somebody to help me balance out this shit. Hey yo.
I have
Hey
no
yo.
words.
Yeah, I mean, it's whatever. Cool.
Because you always be honest, and then you always get that cute little server who comes in, who cries a little bit, and then everybody gets and takes care of everything.
Oh man!
And then you're just like, this bitch here.
I mean, but like I have seen that shit happen, and like,
And usually dating the sous chef or the chef.
facts.
Not dating, they just fucking.
I'm trying to be polite. I'm trying to be polite.
No, they just fucking.
They just fucking.
She get free meals every shift she comes
Yeah.
in.
She get the better tables, the better sections.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Or even the better not even
still-
section stuff, just the actual schedule.
Yeah.
You used to be the morning server, now you ate dinner? How'd that happen?
And still ain't pulling your own weight. Oh.
Right. I had a server named Valeria. Oh, God, I forget this. And I had a great sous chef named Mike Nunzio Massaro from Brooklyn, New York. Oh, I love Mikey. And he said, Valeria, I call your name so much, my girlfriend gets jealous. And I was like, God damn it, Mikey, that was funny. Every time we call her looking for her food, and he was like, Valeria. I was like, oh. I was like, yeah, that was a good one. I was like, yeah, your girl.
Nice.
Yeah, I was like,
That's crazy that, I mean, like, that's crazy that people do that with that mentality of like, man, I think that's just like.
It ain't crazy. It's fucking everywhere. Like, ever since I started working in this industry, I see it all the time. I'm just like,
Everybody knows.
you can't, like, just don't shit where you fucking eat. It's really not getting, like.
It's really hard, though, for women who, well, if you're, like I said, this is a career, it's a profession for me.
Mm-hmm.
So those women are using it as a
come
warmer.
up?
Yeah, or come up. Or like a place warmer. That's not what I'm doing here. And then what happens is when you do have women like ourselves who come in and we don't play that game, if you're either considered
The bitch.
exactly, or the angry person, because you also got to add the black woman part to it. So then there was like, oh, you angry all the time. I'm like, no, I would
want
like
you to do your motherfucking job.
and I would like for you not to chase everything in a skirt at the same time.
Yeah.
So when
You're
you're
also, you're also grown ass men, and calm down with these young ass girls. Like, stop. Just stop being toxic. It's toxic as fuck. Like, stop trying to manipulate these little dumbass girls.
That's
like,
another thing too. Like I'm just like, I look at them and I'm just
it's
like,
master manipulation.
I look at them and I'm like, you falling for this shit? Like this is the line that gets you?
Hey girl, you let me put my dick in you? I promise you're gonna get the best schedule ever, okay?
I'll take all these problems away.
All closing shifts.
I mean,
You want
even
Saturday nights off? I got you.
Even the
girl.
hospitality foreplay is a little bit different.
And you're off on Sunday brunch.
Yeah.
You ain't never got to work a brunch again.
You ain't never got to work brunch.
Oh, the brunch, but there's nothing worse. I never forget this. When I sit on that boat coming back from the island, and on the Sunday night of service, and Chef would go, "Hey, schoolgirl," and I'm like, "God damn it! Why don't you come in tomorrow morning for brunch?" Because it's only 2:00 in the morning now. I'm gonna go home, have a couple of drinks, get a shower, gonna be right back on this boat in 6 hours.
Shit.
I mean, but like, what does that do for the people that are being professionals, especially women that are being professionals and seeing that happen, and you happen to be
That's
the
what
person,
happens. They're gone. They're not here.
I mean, but like, you happen to be the person to work that brunch because of those situations.
Yeah.
You know, like that's.
What happens is you get resentful, which is one of the things, like I will say, my biggest regret in my career is I became one of the boys. Oh, you couldn't tell me nothing. You can drink, I can drink more. You can do this, I can do it more. Like everything for me became, you want to talk shit, I can talk shit. Like nothing was gonna scare me. Whatever, if I can make you blush, oh. I would say things. I would say things like we had this poor kid, nicest guy ever, homeschool, full on church, only been with his wife. And I told him one day, he was like, Charlotte, you really should think about Jesus and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I'm Jesus' porn. And I did it just to see his face.
I've never ever related to somebody so much right fucking now.
And I was like, I knew that it was too much, and I said it because I'm a habitual line stepper, and I just wanted to see his face.
That's what I be doing to guests and shit.
Exactly.
Like when I'm busy as fuck and they want to have a full blown conversation, they'll be like, what's your name? And I'll be like, Satan.
Yeah, exactly.
And they're like, no, I'm like, it's Satan.
Yeah.
I was like, it's Satan with 2 A's.
I just have ridiculous stuff. Like I had this one little girl come in, and the staff told her that my nickname was Big Mama. Oh, and I remember in service, she came in and she needed something, and she was like, Big Mama. And I never, Mikey again, my sous chef was like, you have to run. Someone told you a joke that was not funny. You are in danger. You cannot come back in this kitchen for the rest of the day. You see the look on my face.
Damn.
Like you already.
What? Yeah, no, she was like, they told me that was what you like to be called. I go, they do not like you. Because you almost made it to the fryers. So.
Fucking hilarious.
Oh my God.
I was like, no.
Oh,
Like I've seen
God.
it all. Like I said, I've seen so many things. And because I worked high end, which a lot of us, when I say us, I mean us black folks, have not worked. So like I said, I was with people like Paul McCartney and Stevie Wonder and Lionel Richie and doing Bonnaroo and then doing Asplundi's wedding and what's his name? The sports agent from up in Miami, his 50th birthday party and all that stuff. So like all those things, I was signing non-disclosure agreements before Donald Trump made it cool.
Do you hear the flexing that Charlotte is doing? Y'all just hear like, the subtle flexes. Just like
Just a little bit. I just got one question. How was the one with you also did something with J-Lo?
Oh, so this is what I don't understand again about women sometimes. Is like when we flex, we forget that there's other people who have to do things. So I don't mind if you need certain things. Just be honest with me and your writer, which is a contract that is sent to me as a professional, and I will go through all those things and make sure you have those things. Don't change things on me on Sunday at 6 o'clock after I've already been here for 12 hours, and then decide you don't want to be here at all and you don't want a dinner, and you just go out to eat afterwards after I spent all day and brought staff in.
Okay, that's that story.
yeah.
But I will tell you, there's some people who are phenomenal. Stevie Wonder is exactly who I wanted him to be. Came downstairs, and anybody who didn't have to work, he gave tickets to.
Oh, that's tight.
Yeah,
That's tight.
yeah,
That's
that
tight.
was
That's fucking
Eric
dope.
Clapton when we were in the islands in Tortola. Came in. He doesn't drink, but he bought everybody drinks at the $7. So,
I like Clapton.
He has a
Clapton.
song called Cocaine. I believe he did that too.
he did all the drugs. That's why he does that anymore. He has a rehabilitation center now in the islands.
Good for him. In the islands.
In the islands.
Eric Clapton had that situation.
The
Like, when
perfect
his child
retreat.
died.
Oh, yeah.
You know.
His
like,
what?
His
His
kid
kid
passed.
fell out the window.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That'll
He
make
was
you
also
stop.
in love with his best friend's wife. That's the song Layla. And he wrote the song Layla about that. He does some skinny shit. Can you imagine if a black person did some shit like that? Well, can you imagine you writing a story about your boy's wife?
Yeah, I love your wife, homie. Like that's what it's.
I know we've been friends for a long time.
But
we fucking.
or
No,
we-
they weren't even.
No, he just in love.
he
He's
was
just in love.
infatuated.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's strange.
Did she
That's
even
super
know?
fucking weird.
And she wrote. He got the whole song. Layla,
But she
you got
knew?
me on my
but,
knees.
But she knew.
Yeah.
But he.
Child, she was out here. Oh, write a book, sis.
I mean,
Write a book.
But it was
Sis,
aired.
right about-
Other people knew. Everybody else knew.
Oh, yeah, but
No, I'm not. I'm not negating
let
it.
me
I'm
put
just-
that voodoo on you that I ain't even done nothing to you yet, and I got you out here fucking writing songs about me, and I'm your best friend's girl.
Again, it's a white boy.
Man, here we go.
White boy.
Big flex. I mean, it's his ideas.
It's
I
Eric
did.
Clapton though. It's Eric Clapton. I mean,
It
you
is
know,
Eric Clapton.
yeah, that's a flex.
That is a flex. Eric Clapton, you still listen to the song now. 40 years later, they still listen to Layla.
Man.
You got two versions.
But you still couldn't pull the girl though, Eric.
I mean, shit. She, you know,
Maybe
he old.
he didn't have the respect.
But he wrote the song. What respect?
That boy was
That's enough. That's enough. I'm tired of y'all justifying it. It's okay. It's okay.
He can express his emotions and not act on them.
okay.
It's a free. It's a free country.
Oh. Okay. All right. Sounds like justification.
What do you got your cup out for? You need some more?
Oh no!
No,
I'm
okay,
sorry.
see. Okay.
Cheers.
Cheers.
So what you got your cup out for?
Well, because now I'm thinking, like, again, as a host, I was like, do I need to pour some more?
Oh no! We can all do that.
Yeah.
No, but I do think that, speaking of Nashville, of Jack rocks. That's the, yeah. Well, so funny story. I went into a bar when I first moved into back to Nashville, and I said, "Can I get what do you have for bourbons?" And they said, "Well, I have Crown Royal and Hennessy." And I said, "Okay, let's stop this conversation." That is not
It's not what I asked.
bourbon, so I'm gonna make it easy for you, because this is what I do. I go, I need double Jack on the rocks. She goes, you want something with that? I said, on the rocks. She goes, you want something with that? And I'm not kidding. I was like, is your weave too tight? Like, I was like, at this point, I was like, how did you get behind the bar and not know the rocks? I was like, I just want some ice cubes.
The lack of training, though, that people like. education was like, it's super important, and it's not offered in a lot of places. And
that's because they pick bartenders because they look good.
Yeah, exactly. Like they don't give a fuck about,
and they don't care about the work.
Yeah, and I'm just like, yo, like
they don't care about the knowledge, yo.
Right.
Like they don't care about
they don't care about anything. They just want the money.
I mean, it's all about.
I'm asking all the questions.
That's one thing.
I'm like, I don't know.
That's one thing that's fucked up with us, man. You know what I'm saying? Like we're so bottom line. Like as long as the bottom line is right, man. But we don't care about the people that like might be in this for like their career.
So do you think COVID's going to change any of that? Do you think COVID has changed any of that?
I think COVID has definitely changed that, man.
I think when people not coming back now, that the owners now are starting to go, wait a second, y'all don't want to come back? I'm like, nah, we good. We good.
It's the lack of people also. Like, I mean, just think about it, the amount of people that left whenever, we're
just having to go home.
Right, we're in like month 3 to 5 in this pandemic, and they literally cannot pay their bills.
Right.
A lot of them are not even just service industry. They're also musicians. So like, that's like they got fucked on both ends.
Right.
And so a lot of people have fucking left. And now everybody's like trying to poach everybody. Like
I told you, I was like, headhunters were like left and right with me, and I was like, I don't want to leave. I don't want to leave Nashville yet. And I was like, and I don't want to be a chef. I don't want to cook behind a line every day.
I'm looking for bartenders right now and barbacks. So if you're listening, come see me downtown, 201 First Avenue South.
But I do like to think about how COVID has changed myself. And how I looked at hospitality since then.
We're not dealing with bullshit anymore in hospitality,
I'm
man.
not.
That is one thing. You give people a year of actually being with themselves and being in one of the most
and
scary
what you value.
Yeah, I mean, and being in one of the most scary moments in our lifetimes, man. We not knowing what's going to happen with the world. That's never happened.
As much of an extrovert as y'all know that I am, I was on lockdown. I remember, like, there were serious days. I was thinking, like, I don't know how I'm going to... I can't cook. I can't throw parties. And I can't go to any of the places I love to go with. And as an extrovert and a person in hospitality, I couldn't plug in to get my energy anywhere. And I don't like to drink alone. So I didn't drink. So it was just boring on boring. Luckily, my sister brought her 2-year-old down to play with. Because I'm literally a child. I need someone to play with. So like, we need to bring somebody for Shirley to play with. Because like, I'm used to that nonstop attention and to detail and moving all the time. And I think with COVID, though, we're going to see, first of all, people are going to understand the value of real food because they've been making it at home now. And they're going to know the difference between quality and crap.
Because they've been making crap for a year.
Oh, God.
Like cocktail
God,
wise.
let me tell you. Oh,
why does whiskey Coke don't taste like mine at home? Nigga, you been pouring yourself 5 ounces of fucking Coke. Like, it's not going to taste like yours at home.
Just blacking out every night and not know. I don't even know what happened to me. You had one drink because you triple served
I had a glass
yourself.
of wine with one of those Riedel glasses you can put a bottle in. I only drink one glass tonight.
One glass and I'm good. And
I mean,
I'm serious, nigga.
I would say that I did that to myself a lot during quarantine because you saw like when I was infusing shit.
Bro.
I mean, I'm just sitting there on my fucking porch with the whole mason jar on the porch with me, so I don't have to go back in and refill it. I'm sitting out here smoking cigarettes,
Fuck it.
grilling on it, and just like
You were doing some real cooking this.
Yeah.
I don't say I was impressed, but there was some people I had to like, look, don't send me your pictures. Like, y'all know I'll tell the truth on y'all.
Listen, I was trying. I was like, fuck it. I was like,
but think about that though. How many people really learned how to cook during COVID, and they realized how easy it was? So there's some a little bit behind the what do you call the curtain from Oz gone now.
I don't know how to cook for small groups of people.
I think there will be more
and that
people.
was my problem because I was like, I've seen everything. I was like, nobody's gonna cook everything, and I have a whole fucking
You would.
smorgasbord of shit. I was like, this don't
You
even
have
make
like steak and
just
like
you.
crab legs and bacon.
Shit.
Everybody was eating
her
crab
son
legs.
and her daddy gonna eat them.
Everybody was eating crab legs.
I didn't eat any crab
So,
legs over the quarantine.
because I did catering, all those jobs canceled on me. So I had things like dry aged ribeyes and and tenderloins and like all these cheeses from Sasquatchy Cove and pates and stuff. So, like, I'm not kidding you. The first 3 or 4 months, I put together a little COVID bubble, and like a couple of my friends were like, "This is the best time ever." They're like,
over there making them exquisite ass foods over there, just like
Cornish hens and preserved
quarantine.
lemon.
Who? Nigga, we eating pate.
Yeah. We did a whole, we call it Marie Antoinette brunch at my sister's house because I was so sad towards the end of the summer because I hadn't done anything. So my sisters were like, "We gotta let Charlotte throw a party." And I was like, "What can I do?" And they're like,
Let's go.
yeah, they're like, "Let's do a Marie Antoinette brunch." And I was like, everything in blue and white. I want hydrangeas, I want oysters, I want rosé, I want a sparkling rosé, and then I want a slushy rosé. And I did all of it. And I did like red velvet, red velvet. I did a whole brunch. We had like robes and stuff by the pool, and I was like, let's have a grand day with just the family. And they're like, Charlotte's very happy.
That's so dope.
I was like, I needed it though. I need to know, like, I needed to give somebody that.
You needed a reminder.
I did.
That's the mental shit in like the service industry, man. Like think about how we think about people. We're people that don't think about ourselves
Which
first.
is bad for relationships.
Oh, it's horrible for relationships.
Yeah.
God awful.
You feel that pain? She said, "Oh." Did I hit too close to home there, Katie?
It's horrible for relationships. You can't. But you have to be some type. Like we always say, man, you got to be some type of crazy to do this.
I do think people are drawn to our business because of trauma.
Definitely.
Yeah. I definitely think there's something lacking or something you want to prove that allows you to want to take care of other people. And sometimes when you do that, you get so caught up in that part, you forget about your part.
Yep.
Sounds like
An addiction.
upcoming untitled book from Mama Blanche over here.
For real, you got some stories, man. Like,
Oh, I got some stories,
man.
boy.
You are. I mean, one thing I can't say, like, man, like seeing you right now, like you a whole legend out here, a whole legend.
Can I just tell you that's funny for me to hear now, but I'm starting, like I said, I'm embracing my auntiness. To see people come back and tell me stories of things, like, for example, a friend of mine else has a podcast. He was telling a story about Vanilla Ice, and he was like, my friend Charlotte was out there, and I was like, oh. So when I was at one of the hotels, for some reason, some genius in the front office thought it'd be a great idea to take back of the house people as managers and put us in the front of the house during like check-in. Why would you do that to chefs? So like it was so it was like a Thursday. Everybody's driving down from Miami to the Keys to check into this luxury resort. And after working all day, they're like, Charlotte, you're going to be the manager on duty. Here's your golf cart and your little walkie-talkie. Go put on a dress and go welcome people. So I was like, this sounds like some bullshit. So I was like, if I'm going to do this, I'm just going to take a cooler full of champagne and I'm just going to give bottles out to people when they're upset and everything's going to be fine. That was my thinking.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
So I was like, I am not engaging in this. Anyway, so I get this little call on my walkie-talkie, and then I'm like, we need the manager on duty, and I realize that's me. And they're like, to the Dolphin Lagoon, because we had dolphins at our hotel. I told you I worked at some fancy place.
Rich shit.
Dolphins?
Charlotte, why don't you know, like, you could literally...
Charlotte, you
know
seen
some
dolphins?
Nope. I know Charlotte knows some sugar daddies. And you can start your own little fucking side hustle with that, too. I mean, like, shit. Listen, like you said, that's my idea, but you can totally execute that shit, because I want to be in the money.
Oh, the money.
Yeah. So I go,
Charlotte seen dolphins. You seen dolphins.
I swim with dolphins.
I ain't never seen a dolphin.
I had a dolphin we watched get bored on Easter. His name was Paxton. I was like, we gonna name him Pax. After Peace on Easter.
You seen dolphins.
He's on Easter.
Never seen a dolphin.
I ain't never seen a dolphin.
Not on, and not on fucking Easter.
Seen a dolphin on TV. I ain't never seen one in
So
real
I
life.
get up to the dolphin tank, and I look at the dolphin lagoon, and I see where Vanilla Ice has jumped over into the tank with the dolphins. But dolphins are pack animals. They're wolves. So their biggest thing they want to play is who can hold their breath the longest. And they'll sit on top of your body. So I was like, oh my God, he's in the pool. I ain't getting in there. So I was like, I walk over there, and I don't forget this. I had a brown wraparound dress on and leopard print high heels. And I said, Suge Knight ain't got shit on me if you don't get your ass up out my dolphin tank right now. I was like, you ain't got to. He looked at me and I was like, you gotta get out now. Like I gotta pull you out now. He was like, no, I've got to pull you out because these dolphins are gonna freak out. I gotta call down for their trainer to come down and calm them down. I was so mad.
What the fuck?
That is not something a chef should ever have to do. I am all about like jumping in and like helping things like, oh, there's this clog drain or whatever. I will work on a line, all kind of stuff. But I get somebody out the dolphin tank? I'm a black woman from Nashville. You ever thought that would happen?
Like, no.
Like, I got expertise in that.
I would have been so fucking traumatized. Like, nope.
Like, here's my 2
I'm telling
weeks.
you right, motherfucking now, I won't ever go back to house.
There was no 3 niggas before me that you could think about. Like, you go to the chef? Like, we done made it to the point that security, host,
Exactly.
you done made it to me.
Yeah, because the manager I was the manager. Why would y'all make me the manager on duty?
Why was there not a
But I will say
lifeguard?
this much. I never had to do it again.
That's wild.
That's some crazy shit.
Yeah, they were like, no, Charlotte's not in charge anymore.
How do you get to that point where you make it to the chef to pull somebody out of a dolphin tank?
That's bad management.
That's
Because you're not utilizing skills.
obviously.
Like, I feel like
No,
they
it was
look
too
at,
much
like,
money floating out there. That's what it was.
Man,
Is that like a rich people like documentary that they have on your ass, and like people get to watch the video, but only if you're fucking exclusively rich? Like,
Yes, I think so.
we need to know.
the chef getting somebody out of a dolphin tank?
No.
It should never. I mean, there's so many job codes before
First of all, there's a person who's in charge of the pools. We had a marina. We had a dock master. Like, we literally have somebody on our staff who is a dock master.
There's somebody with a wetsuit on.
Where
Sitting
We had
around.
a scuba center.
where were they at?
There's somebody with a wetsuit on.
Exactly. They're like, call the manager on duty.
What?
This is what we gonna do?
Are you serious?
That was a panic. That was a panic call. Like, they didn't know what this.
Call a black woman. She'll get him out of there.
Automatic thought. Call the manager.
Isn't that fucked up? That man, that like a lot of jobs thinking like black people to be the ones that saved them from some fucked up shit.
All the time, like especially as like I had bartenders, like this cute. I had a lot of cute little girls who worked for us in the islands, and they would come in and so I would get too far, and they'd be like, "Go get Charlotte," and you're like, "All right, let's go on in there," and you just go give them the tab and you slide it over to them and you lean in their ear and go, "You're gonna pay this, and you're gonna get out of here because if your mother saw your behavior right now, you would be ashamed. So we're gonna let this slide, but you're gonna take care of this and you're gonna get the hell up out my bar." And that's just what you do. And then they're like, thanks. Because you don't shame them. Yeah, you just be real quiet and just, you don't call them out. You just whisper in his ear, smile while you do it.
But not calling them out in front of everybody, like, man, talking right to you.
De-escalation. See, again, if we did everything the way hospitality did, think about how police de-escalate.
I mean, isn't that fucked up that we have to be the ones to de-escalate, and you see so many people that
It's
are
a survival skill. Our parents taught us that.
facts.
I'm not kidding you. Parents taught us that. My mom and dad told me early on. My dad was like, being dumb is not something you're going to get to do.
Man, acting dumb is the
my dad said to me.
smartest thing, man. Acting dumb is the smartest thing that you can fucking do, man.
Well, you'll miss everything. People won't ask you to do nothing.
But you peeping everything, and I'm like, oh yeah, act a little.
I'm too vain and I got a big mouth, so I always pop up too soon. I should have kept my mouth shut a lot more.
I tried.
But that's no,
Yeah.
we shouldn't have to keep our mouth shut.
That was many times that
But we shouldn't have to do. I mean, I firmly believe that we should not have to keep our mouth shut. There's so many.
So with that being said, then I was thinking about this other time because before COVID, like I said, I worked with a lot of different restaurants and stuff, and I noticed here in Nashville that we're as segregated now in our restaurants as they were in the 60s.
I think
we
we're
might
more
not legally be segregated, but
I
we
think
are.
we're more segregated now.
Yeah. So my question is, why are we not saying anything? Why are we not in those spaces? And I want to know, like, why are we not in them? Like, why am I always the only face in spaces?
Segregated how?
So I don't, like, for example, you go on a Friday night. I can go into, like I said, place. I won't call names, but I've gone into restaurants. They're all the Instagrammables, and I won't see us. I don't see us. And then when I am dating, and I ask people like, where do you want to go, and I name spots, and they'll say things like, that's not for us.
Yeah.
That's not for us.
I mean, that's most spaces for people like us, man. I mean,
But I feel comfortable there. They're like, of course you feel comfortable there. You have been working in that environment, and you don't get treated the same way.
oh man, I've had some fucked up moments, but I don't get treated the way that you get treated. You know what I'm saying? The way that you and Katie get treated, or even the way that Clay gets treated sometimes at places. I don't experience that in the way that y'all do.
Well,
But
Katie
I
was
still
on a whole billboard for a year.
Hell yeah.
You couldn't drive through town without seeing
Hell
Katie.
yeah.
that was literally a clutch spot.
It
Like,
was.
I don't know how.
That's how I
that fucking-
recognized you.
Yeah.
I remember I was coming home drunk, and I just saw you, and I was like, and I saw you on the billboard. I go, I'm not that drunk. Like I think that was my bartender.
Hell yeah.
I mean, shit.
Is that Katie up there?
Yeah.
Katie up
Right.
on the billboard? It look like
Literally
Katie.
on, like, the fucking like main highway.
And
to
if you're
go,
if
like,
you're
to
stuck in
Broadway
traffic,
and
you
shit.
just have to stare at it
Yeah.
for a while.
I was like, that look like Katie up there. That Katie or not?
I had a dude hit me up one day, and he sent me a picture of me, and he was like, "Is this you?" And I was like,
Like, yeah,
It
bitch.
can be.
yeah, and I was like, yeah, no, that's me. He was like, you didn't tell me you was on a billboard. I was like, I mean, it wasn't really.
It's a flex move, though.
Yeah.
Bitch, you don't know who I am?
Yeah.
Nigga,
billboards.
I'm on a billboard.
Now, because people would be like, man, I recognize your face, and I don't know these people. And I was like, I don't know. I was like a bartender at a few places around here.
Country club.
Yeah, and I was
Country club
yeah,
vodka.
and I was like, I said, I mean, I am on a billboard downtown, like by Frugal McDougal's, like on the main. And they be like, yeah, that is you, and I was like,
But yeah, like I said, so you were talking about like getting treated differently or whatever, but still, like I said, 12:30 club. Shit, sorry, I didn't mean to say that. Waited 3 hours for that one. I mean,
Fuck. Fuck
I
that.
mean,
Did you get like a free app or a free uncheck?
oh, I took care of that later on. But
Oh man, I would have needed a whole lot of free shit to wait
no,
3
so
hours.
I think it's free stuff doesn't work on me. At that point, I don't even want it free. I just want to go home. I want to pay
Because you
for
done
it
wasted 3
because I
hours.
don't want you to say this is one thing I am mad about.
Yeah.
I want to pay for it and I want to tip that person out so that you can't say yet again there's another black person coming up in here looking for something for free. You're not gonna pull that on me.
No,
Yeah.
you gonna
I
get
feel
what
that.
you gonna get what you gonna get
And I think
the
that's
right
what
amount.
people don't realize too is that in hospitality, we know that when we go out that we do have to act differently.
I mean, but that's
I
that's
fucking
that-
over tip.
I mean, that's that.
Yeah, I do the over. Well, y'all know I done put a lot of y'all through some.
But
It's
when-
like, shit.
exactly. I'm like, thank you, Charlotte.
when you go- when you go out with your friends
Butcher
that are not a
Town.
part of the service industry, like when you go out with your friends that's not a part of the service industry, and then they see you tipping correctly, man, and then like after a few times, I mean, it's that whole each one teach one thing, man. You know what I'm saying? And I'm
I
like,
dated a guy. I got because like I said, I get the hookup sometimes, and I was like, ooh, and he tipped on what they charged, not what we would have. And I went back and I was like, no, I'll take care of this. I go, hey, don't ever do that again.
Yeah.
You had planned on paying that. You should have paid the same in
Right.
tip.
Yeah.
yeah.
For real.
Like that's.
I mean,
that's
but
just
we
rude.
don't. I
Yeah.
mean, like we. I mean, come
You
on,
already had to
man.
come up.
know
You don't need
how
to
it
come
is.
up.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
This could be another episode in its own.
Like, I mean, that's the thing, though, man. Like, I mean, I don't like when people that look like me, man. I mean, my people take care of me. You know what I'm saying? But like, even the ones that don't do it, I mean, I ain't tripping on it. I mean, bottom line always ends up being the same thing at the end of the day, man. And like you were saying, man, we care about other people, man. So not even like same thing that Ben was saying, like not think about that bottom line so much and just treat people the way that you want to see people be
Yeah, that's
treated,
my thing.
man.
Frozen.
And if you do that, man,
I was
people
supposed-
start to get the culture and like our people start to like understand like, oh no, this is somebody that's working for me, man. You know what I'm saying?
And we want, if you get somebody who's really good, and I heard this from, who's the bartender? I don't remember if it was at Rosemary's or at Lakeside. I want to give whoever it was, I'm sorry, I'm not going to give you credit for it. But they said, you come to me so you don't have to think. And I was like, yes, that is why I come to you.
That sounds like some Jess Chambers shit.
Yeah,
That
exactly,
sounds like some Jess
exactly.
shit. That
Yeah.
sounds
Like,
like some
I
Jess
want,
shit.
like,
Yeah.
you should come in and know that, like, I got you. And if I trust you enough and you're good at your job and I just need a day off, that's just why, like, I love my, like, over tip, whatever. Thank you, because I have one day off. And I'm going to come in here and I want to, first of all, I love the business so much, even though when I'm off, I still want to be a part of the business. I want to sit at the bar. I want to hear what everybody's talking about. I want to see what other people are doing. I want to see what the cool things are. I want to hear y'all's bullshit. Like, I want to hear it too. Like, I was like, I love it. Like, get that tea.
I feel like I used to literally over pour for Charlotte, because even whenever I saw her drink like half empty, I was literally like pouring another, because I was like, I don't want you to fucking leave. Please just don't leave. Like, you and your entire group of friends, y'all are fine. Like, I will
say this much. I'm very lucky because I have a squad, as you know. They're all people that I went to school with at Hume Fong. And we were all still friends. So we're talking about 30 years of friendship.
That's cool as fuck.
Yeah, it is. And there's a nice mix of all of us, and we've come and gone. Like, I left for the islands and came back a couple of years ago and just sort of fell right back into it. And now we have kids, and they have, like, real jobs. They have, like real jobs. Like, I don't consider myself to have a real job. They have, like they're doctors and lawyers and, like, teachers and stuff. Yeah. So, to me, I'm a cartoon character to them.
Motherfuckers.
But you always,
but they
always
take
have a
care.
good time. But you always have a good time.
I mean,
like,
but
always like,
they
And
hit you
and
up.
they love it.
They hit you up for the good time.
I'm the camp counselor. So I'm going to tell you what's going on, where you want to be, blah, blah, that kind
welcome
of
to
stuff.
hell. I'll be your tour guide.
Yeah, like, exactly. But yeah, but so that's what I was saying. Like, a lot of times when I go out, though, the only time I see faces like mine is when I bring my friends there. And I don't know, because I know for a fact there's a lot of professional black single people that should be in these spaces and treated the same way, and they're not there. Or I should also see bartenders and servers making that same money that those white kids are making and being able to pay their rent, as opposed to working in other places where they're struggling.
Understand? You can
Mama
come to my
Blanche.
place. You can come to my spot.
Yeah. Like I say, like, and it's hard because when you have that conversation, like, so I kept asking people, like, why are you not there? And I'm trying to figure out, like, for example, there's one spot where I can go there on a Friday night on their rooftop. There are black folks everywhere. Ask me if I've ever seen a black person at any of their posts except for on Martin Luther King Day.
Ooh. Oh, man.
Ooh.
It's getting hot.
Sometimes you gotta call them out, though.
I mean, no, you should always call people like that out, man.
But
You
the
know?
thing is, though, you don't call them out. That's when you get the Charlotte call. Hey.
I mean, I think
Don't tell me you want to host a hip hop brunch, and next thing you know, I see an Outkast video or Outkast on your post, and you can't spit nothing but speaker box to me. You not a real Outkast fan?
you don't even get the love below, though. You just get speaker box. You don't get the love below.
No. I want to hear some equipment. I want to hear, like, you can't.
Aquemini, fucking stink on.
Exactly.
Man,
Man, don't tell me that now you want to have a hip hop brunch, and because it's cool, and you in a gentrified neighborhood now,
Okay,
that you gonna put that up there, and then you want to know why? I'm gonna call you out on it.
This is pandemic moves right here. We are struggling for money. We will do anything right now.
I mean, but why do all communities like lean on us to like help them get
Always
up out of
clean
their
the
shit?
messes.
Always. I mean, that's
But
one
think
thing.
about Southern food in general. Like, I was thinking about this the other day. I was like, the only reason why Southern food is huge right now in Nashville is because white boys decided to start cooking it.
That's fucked up, ain't it?
Oh, is that true?
That's fucked up. That is fucked up.
Oh, was that truth?
I ain't gonna lie, but catfish is
All I know is drinks.
Catfish can cook some shit, man.
I'm not saying they can't. My point is that good job,
let
Catfish.
catfish know that, like, man.
My point is that
catfish
if
made some of the best.
I purposely had to run away from my food as a Southern woman, I would not fry chicken. I would not make biscuits. That's why Mama Blanche is so important to me right now, because I got to come home and finally embrace who I was. Because when I was doing it, I was already called a glorified Aunt Jemima.
That's fucked up.
So
That's also in that article.
No, yeah,
yeah,
you're right.
Read that.
exactly.
That's fucked up.
So,
that.
so yes, I went to go work at the finest of dining of places, so that way I could do a lot of Asian and French food, and I did all the little things with tweezers and fluid gels, all those other things, because I needed you to know that I was serious.
Bitch.
And exactly, and I knew that I couldn't make the decisions that I want to make now and the moves I make now, and be able to make those phone calls until I had the credit that you valued, because you didn't value me as a cook when I was cooking fried chicken and biscuits or whatever. It wasn't until a white man came to Nashville and started doing that.
That is fucked up.
But tell me, where's the lie? I mean, I
That's
understand.
fucked up though, man.
but it-
Because
but
I
it
love
is
fried
negative.
chicken and biscuits.
So do I. Can I tell you, I was making for family meal, and I remember my chef came in there one day because we had to cook in a rotation. He was like, "What? You could? Why do we?" I was like, Only when I cook family meal. That's it. Don't ask me for anything else. I was like, nope. You get no Southern food.
Dude, I mean, I grew up on fish and grits.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
So fried fish and
But
grits in the
fried
morning.
chicken, though, if you can cook it right, it doesn't even have to be hot.
No, it doesn't. And in the past, that was one of those foods that you would put when you couldn't travel back and forth because we were black in the South.
Put a little
You'll put it
Tupperware.
exactly. Or if your grandmama was really old like mine, she would put it in her hat box. They'll put it.
The
see?
hat box?
The hat box. They'll put the whole lunch in the hat box.
I don't know about that one.
I do not know about the hat box.
The
Oh,
hat
that
box.
is old Southern right
She
there.
had plenty of fucking hats and hat
Oh,
boxes.
God, she took that box up.
My great grandmother and my grandmother both were housemaids for very rich white families. Like my entire growing up, I don't know how. Like, but yeah, it was every day. Oh, sorry, it was every day. Like my grandmother worked except for Saturday and Sunday, but she worked for the Lefflers on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then she worked for the Boulder Camps on Tuesday and Thursday, and she cooked for them. She did their laundry. She cleaned their homes. She raised their kids. So whenever my grandmother passed away, that family paid for everything because they loved her that fucking much.
So you know that's the reason why we have meat and threes, right? That's the reason why we have meat and threes in the South. I mean, in Nashville specifically, because you come from that tradition. It used to be where white people could afford to pay black women,
Right.
because they basically paid for nothing.
Right.
So they had cooks in their homes. So they loved smothered pork chops and greens and peas and
But
squash
we can't cook
casserole.
it.
But
we
they
can't
grew up
cook
all the
it.
time. So when they couldn't get that anymore, especially their husbands, they were like, so somebody was smart to open up a meat and three where they still got those same flavors. And then somebody was like, hey, why don't we just turn this into a restaurant?
Shit, yeah.
And that's what happened. I mean, so it was just a progression. I mean, Sweats used to be the joint, boy.
Sweats is still the joint. I mean, okay,
been
so
Sweats
I
in a
miss
minute.
knockout wings. Knockout wings was my
Can I
thing.
just tell you,
man.
I just discovered knockout wings.
Well, no,
Shout
you
out
know
to
they,
Kenyon.
you know they gone now.
When?
They gone. I mean,
I know, so I'm saying they
yeah.
sold the spot or whatever, because I was like, oh. But you know what does bother me? When I drive down Jefferson Street, all I see are chicken places. Because we're more than that. Culturally speaking.
I mean, 'cause
food-wise. Like I said, I thought I was going to be a
the
food
garden-
anthropologist, but we are more than that.
We are Garden Brunch Cafe. When they shut down, I was kind of upset because that was something
I'm
that was.
interested to see what Slim and Husky does with it, Clinton them, because they say they're going to make like a tapas situation.
We
And-
need that.
Yes.
we need that definitely.
There might be something coming from me in that area, and then by July, so we'll come back and we'll talk about that. We'll see if it goes through.
Flexing.
I got something.
Money.
We'll see how it comes through.
But I mean, but like real talk, man. Like I mean, one thing I can say about Jefferson Street and North, man. Like the local distro, man. Like the local distro is fucking dope, man. Like I've had a couple of friends. Like when I was working last night and seen
Yeah.
I seen Stefan Forbes.
Oh, okay.
Stefan Forbes.
Yeah, played saxophone in the band with us.
Oh, okay. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. That fucking edible set. Oh.
Stefan.
No, you know Stefan with
Yeah.
I know who you're talking about.
Him and with
I
Frederick.
would love to see Jefferson Street come back to.
Jefferson Street's on the way back, man.
I was
like,
saying, and so much so, like I said, I'm putting my money where my mouth is. So that's how much I think it can come back.
Man,
You know,
dude.
because it used to be the music center too.
Man, the homies is already, Brassville.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Larry Jenkins. We're working on a project. That sounds great.
That's my now.
Oh, so I can't wait. I can't wait to work with him. Daru.
Daru is lit.
Yeah, coming back and forth. Yes.
So,
Listen.
I got
little plugs in everywhere.
The homie got the art gallery. What's the homie? Clarence Edwards, man.
Yeah. Clarence came and sat down last night, and we didn't have any food in the kitchen. Like, we were literally out
of everything.
All we had was beans, some salsa, and our ground beef. And he was like, "Oh no." And I said, "Well, there's some pizza over here that somebody brought to us from 5 Points. If you want a piece of pizza," I was like, and he was like, "Yeah, girl, go ahead."
I mean,
but he was so cool. He was like, "Damn, girl, like, can I get another piece?" And I was like, "Yes, just let me know whenever you want another piece. I got you." But we was in there grooving.
So when we're talking about like us, because we're all, let me just call a spade, haha. We're all black in this industry. Where do you see us? Like, because I'm going to be honest with you. When I first came back home, I was very excited to see all of the changes and stuff. What bothered me about 2 years ago is how we weren't a part of it. Like, I didn't see enough of us come along with the growth.
It's a lot of that, man.
And so how do we get more of us on? Because let's be honest, a dishwasher, a sous chef can make $45,000-$50,000 right now. You don't have to go to college. You just be good to show up. I mean, I had a bartender make $70,000.
Sometimes.
Yeah, but I'm saying, I had a bartender make $70,000. Yeah. So come on now, like you guys are talking about, like how do we get them on?
About being influencers now, like let's be an influencer. I want to be an influencer, like, and just be on the computer and not doing work.
I think it's like, man, changing the way that people, the way that we think about things. You know what I'm saying? Like man, being like, man, I can go work at a warehouse and make $25 an hour and with full benefits. And that's a smart thing in people's mindsets, especially us, man. $25 an hour, full benefits, good.
But how many of us are really doing that?
But I used to do that. And, you know what I'm saying? But then going into a bar and making $52, $53, $73 an hour, you know what I'm saying? Like, you say that and it don't sound real to people like us.
So I also will say this for me though, like you said, I got dolphin tank stories now. $80,000. Like, I've lived in Belize, Trinidad, Tortola, St. John, Beckway, Spain, and Capri. Like, you got knives can travel. Vermont, New York. You want to see the world? Fuck the army.
For real.
I mean, seriously. Go to work, get a good reputation, treat it like a skill, and get out there. You want it, like I said, I turned down a job in Dubai, turned down a job in Vietnam. I came back to Nashville. I was like, I don't want to do that. I'm ready to come home. But if you want to go and see all those places, why do we not put each other on?
I mean, that's what you're talking about with the co-op. You know what I'm saying? Like doing that.
Yeah.
And then
I want to see more. Like I said, get more people out there.
First of all, we gotta take a shot to that. Come on, man.
Oh my God, I want to see more. Have you guys seen the movie Uncorked on Netflix?
I have not.
Do it. So the guy is about a black kid who loves wine, who sells wine.
I can't see. I'm sorry.
Sorry, cheers.
Edibles.
But it's about a movie about a kid who wants to be a sommelier. His dad is a barbecue owner. He lives in Memphis, is shot in Memphis. It's about a black kid, and like some of the lines are absolutely fantastic, and I totally relate to it. And I was like, yeah, why are there not? Why are there not? And I've been in spaces with people in the room, and they say things like, oh, they don't really care about hospital. They don't really want to work here. They don't hire black people.
I mean, we talked about that when we talked about with Jason, man, like how it was just like more Hispanics in the kitchen than there is. I mean, when I started in my service industry career, it was mostly black people in the back of the house. But like, man, going forth maybe 10 years in the game or whatever, and seeing more Hispanics in the kitchen. I mean,
I'm still trying to figure out why is that?
Because it's cheaper.
Yeah. That's
and they all speak to each. And they all will bring another one in. I know it. I've hired. I'm gonna say, I'll be honest.
Yeah.
How you guys so and so's gonna show up every day? Y'all's gonna ride together? Great.
Nice.
I'm gonna be honest.
It's like a twofer.
Exactly.
Oh my
Who else
God.
you got back there?
That is problematic.
Yeah.
Let's just be honest though.
I mean,
Yeah.
but the thing, I mean,
No disrespect,
no,
but
no,
it's
none.
none.
I also honestly think why there's not more of us is because I feel like we're looked down upon a lot.
Yes,
Like,
I also think we're
as if like y'all want to be like they want to look at us like we're servants. Like
yes, because like I said, like I got
Yeah, and
when
they're like,
my name was at the bottom of the menu. No one would have ever called a chef at glorified Aunt Jemima if he had walked out. Same
And that's
menu.
fucked up, man.
And-
That's
or-
fucked up.
Every time a man like associates what I do because I cook, there's automatically a maternal thing. You don't call your other chef daddy. Why are you calling me mama? I give birth to you.
Facts.
Like, I don't understand at all. Like, oh, or you must be a good wife because you.
because you
I
could.
mean, ask my ex-husbands how good of a wife I am.
I mean, but you see that doesn't make no sense, man. Because like we don't talk about that shit. Like it's fucked up that women have to go through that, and especially black women have to go through that.
Can you
Man.
imagine?
That shit's
Like,
fucked up.
I mean, even I watched like. That's one reason why I didn't have kids. After like I said, I had kids before. I had a kid when I was in college before I got into business, but I was purposeful. How am I going? I can't imagine coming to work. I remember a guy named Andres, super smart guy, worked with me at the Hermitage Hotel. He thought I was married, and he said something there about our other sous chef. His wife was pregnant, and he thought I was. He goes, "I quit immediately if Charlotte's pregnant," and I was like, "What?" And he goes, "You not drinking." And he was like, "No, I'm not doing that." He goes, "Ain't nobody here to take care of babies."
And your hormones are
And I was like, he was like, "No," and I was like, "You would never." It's his wife. Like, why would you not worry about his wife having a baby? And I was like, that's kind of stuff. Like, I was like, nah, I'm good. Not gonna do it. It's just different. Now when I watch, like, I have a friend who owned a catering company. She had twins. And I remember coming to help out for her, and I kept thinking to myself, I never would have had the guts to do this, which is the reason why I came to help. I was like, because I would have loved to have had more kids, but how? It was one or the other. How?
What?
I spend too much time away from my one child that I have now, and
Yeah.
Charlotte also only has one child, and I understand how much I've sacrificed, like the time that I would have gotten to spend with my child. If I were actually
I didn't teach my kid how to ride a bike. His dad did.
Like, I'm literally, like, sacrificing time with my own child.
Yeah.
That's my choice I made, though.
Yeah, and
that is a choice
right,
I
and
made.
that is a choice I also made, because I was like, I gotta make this money, I gotta make this happen.
But
like,
it is
we
different
can't-
for men, though.
Yeah.
Men, oh my God, you guys take 5 minutes off to walk with the kid, and y'all are like, oh, you know your kid's birthday.
See, I don't have any children.
See, that's fine, though. That's what I'm saying. But
I mean, but it's also a choice that I made.
Exactly.
Man.
So it's a choice you make. But
Yeah.
that's one of the reasons why, like, I had to be careful because of HR again. When people are like, I have, blah, I didn't tell you had no kids. Like, you didn't know what your job was.
Bitch, we got kids.
I was like, you signed up for this.
You ain't
What,
alone.
you think we weren't going to have you think in 114 years in the history of the Hermitage Hotel this year, because you got kids, we ain't going to have a Christmas party?
Fuck that.
Selfish motherfuckers.
Like, that's what my mind is thinking right now. And I'm supposed to, they're like, you can't say that. It shows that you don't care. I'm not saying anything that I'm not doing myself.
and that is because that is HR trauma. That is HR trauma right there.
They made me do an anger management class because one place the lady was like, Charlotte told me to go walk out the door and don't come back in here. And what did I say? I said, you are worthless on a regular basis. If you cannot complete a sentence in 10 words or less and tell me what you want, I don't want to talk to you. Don't walk through this door ever again. Because it was just like these long things, and I was like,
God. Fucking babies, boy.
That's just why, like, now you can't say shit like that.
You
Like I
can't
said,
say shit. You can't say shit. You cannot say shit.
But
about
that's the way
shit.
I came through.
No
Like
more.
I said, That's the way I came up. Like, you were called schoolgirl, mon petit negrita, things like that.
I
Like,
hate soft motherfuckers. I'm sorry.
I mean,
but the thing is, though, we got to start normalizing sometimes your feelings are okay. Because I turned into, like I said, I was the dude.
Cold-hearted bitch. Like,
I became the cold-hearted bitch.
I've been saying this for weeks. I'm like, I have got to start being nicer to people. I was like, because I was not always.
I didn't do it until I walked away. I'm so nice now. Like, I have people who've worked with me before, and I've sent other people, and they're like, Charlotte's so nice. Like, who?
I think, I don't even want to say that people have gotten worse. I just want to say that I've been in this shit for way too long, and I don't really think that people have gotten worse. I think that we just had a short hiatus away from people and we got silence, and now they're the same motherfuckers. It's just that much worse because we never realized it because it was something we were used to dealing with on a regular basis.
Yeah.
I mean, we might have been
that shit. Stop being nasty.
I don't bite my tongue.
Man,
anymore.
you know what it is?
Really?
I think that we like
Fuck no.
motherfuckers forgot that they motherfuckers
We're
forgot
essential
how to drink.
you because
People-
you have a drinking
First of all, I
problem
think it's
and you want to
hilarious.
be out in the club
I think
at
it's
8 a.m.
hilarious.
with your friends.
I-
Stop playing.
You want to talk about essential? How quickly did we learn who was essential? I can tell you right now. You know what I realized?
Sinkers
Y'all,
was it.
y'all are the ones who I wrote my Christmas cards to. Y'all, not even joking. And I was like, every bartender from all around the world literally got like Christmas cards for me.
Nice.
And I was like, oh, that's who. Like this was my essential. I'm a great cook. I'm a good cook. And I didn't want to eat my cooking no more. I was like, I would die for somebody to serve me.
Hell yeah.
For somebody to, like I said, I didn't drink. Because the
Man,
best part of drinking is when you bring me the drink.
Man, the best drink is the one you don't make.
Yes.
Touche.
Yeah, I love it. Please
That-
keep them coming.
That is like,
Yeah.
I ain't gotta make that shit. Yeah, make that
And now
shit.
I feel like you're plugged into my good time. So now I feel like there's another person along for the ride. Oh, I love it.
I can get you drunk.
Oh, you have gotten me. And you.
And you.
I feel like Oprah Winfrey, and you got me.
You did kick it at my bar one whole brunch one Sunday.
Oh, we did, and I think we went through 4 bottles of red wine. Oh.
That's exactly what y'all were going through.
Yeah, it was. See, this is how fancy it was. A Côte d'Oron. You know what I'm sitting around a bar. I'm just not gonna be drinking swill.
Nah, nope. We have to talk about after this. I'm sorry. How excited whenever you found out that Jack was our well at fucking Double
Oh God!
Dogs.
There's a post. There is a post, but I found out that Double Dogs had their well for Jack Daniels. I was like, are they going broke? Like, I was like, did they not tell them who I am? I took pictures. I was like calling people. I never forget this stuff. It was 4 of us, and the manager came to us and goes, "Hey, are you guys okay? Do you need anything?" And I was like, "Why?" Because it was happy hour, $2.75 Jack Daniels. That bill was $300. I was like, "Oh." Is this why you're talking to us right now?
And on a rate, like after happy hour, it only went up $1, so it was still $3. Like the first time that Charlotte came in and I was working, she was so fucking excited. She was like, "Oh my God!"
I was like, "What y'all doing?"
Y'all done fucked up. You know,
Exactly. I said to people, I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna take them out." I was like, "Do they know how many friends I have?" I was like, and I did. I would come in, 15, 20 people. I was like, "Okay, so
Jack.
we gonna sit here and drink tea because that's what I call it, Jack and ginger." And it's so bad. Like people now call it tea. Like we gonna have tea. We gonna sit here and have tea.
tea.
Yeah.
How much is it again? $4.
That's what happened. I started buying stuff for somebody else. Next thing you know, like I said, I was dating that guy, and he was like, "No, I date her. I do not drink with her." He was like,
This
"No."
was also after like they had already been multiple places, and Charlotte can drink.
Probably fucked up.
No shit.
I won't ever. I will say this
$300
right
later.
now. I will tell you that Charlotte has me beat on trying to drink. I won't ever try to drink with her.
You ever try to drink with kitchen people? You ever try to drink kitchen people?
We
You
talked
don't
about that.
ever try to
We
drink
talked-
kitchen
talk
people.
Well,
about
again, like I said,
Jason said that.
Don't
I was
drink
gonna
with
be,
kitchen people.
I was gonna be
It's-
that guy. I literally was gonna be that guy. Oh, I'm not gonna be the girl that you can't hang out with.
And you kitchen people. I can't drink with kitchen people.
Kitchen
I'm not
people
gonna
do drink a lot, bro.
We drink differently.
I'm talking about like
I know a chick.
But I was that way in college though too, because like I remember the guy.
you kitchen people. Of course, you was that way in college.
But I wasn't cooking yet in college. But it was funny because like he was saying stuff to me.
College
like,
was just a warm up.
Yeah, I'm the warm. That's how you got the kitchen people.
yeah, I was like, oh, little easy Jesus. Well,
Oh, that irk and jerk, that easy Jesus. Then when you drink it, it's easy Jesus.
My mama always
Been there.
like, can you get me the E&J, the VSOP bottle?
okay. That was my grandmother's thing, Mary Miller, and my mama would, on the holidays they would get a little E&J out there. They just put a little cup, a little bit in that cup, and neither one of them would drink until the holidays. Just a little bit, like 2 or 3, and then be trashed.
They
Right.
say
I broke up with the guy at Rosemary's because of you guys. I was drinking, and he went over and told, I forgot who it was, told him to cut me off after 3 drinks.
What?
Thank you. And I walked over there like, and it must have been a new bartender, because I don't see him now. Now I think about it. And he said, "Your boyfriend told you." I go, "What boyfriend?" And I was like, first of all,
I don't give a fuck what my boyfriend told me.
but he
If I tell
wasn't
you
my
that
friend. I was
right,
like,
right.
he goes, he said to close the tab. I go, but I had my name on the card. I gave you the card. I was like
I'm paying for this.
yeah, exactly. You were new to this? It's only 11 o'clock. I was like,
We're still going other places, motherfucker.
Exactly.
Like, don't play with me.
I was like, we're not gonna make this.
You ever drink with kitchen people?
yes.
No, I
Drink with a Russian. I was
I
married
drink
to a
by
Russian.
myself a lot, though.
You can't drink with Russians.
I learned that the hard way. That's why I'm divorced from
No,
her.
but I drink by myself a lot though, and I think that's
Oh.
worse than drinking with kitchen people.
Yeah, I know,
It was
Russell's
nobody's
nice, though.
fault. It was my own fault. Like,
Well, I am like I said, I remember sitting, like I said, I was the worst Cisco rep ever in the history of Cisco. They would ask me, like, how many places have you been to in a month? And I was like, I don't know, 70, 80. And they're like, what? I go, there's nothing for me to go out 4 or 5 places on a Friday night.
yeah,
4 or 5 places on a...
bouncing the motherfucker around like, whoop whoop.
Don't let it... And for me, on Tuesday was really in trouble. Like, my friend will tell you right now, my friend Lee, he goes, don't ever answer that phone call from Charlotte on a Tuesday because she's off. And she's with the shits. He goes, and you got to reevaluate your life because she started drinking first thing this morning, and now he goes, and don't let it be sunny outside.
I mean, but that's don't let it be sunny.
She's
Let
going
the
to find
sun-
a rooftop, a porch, or something. Somebody getting drunk outside.
Oh, it's nice outside.
Yeah, I do. I look at them, I'm like, ooh, y'all don't gonna be 79 degrees this
Boy,
weekend.
the way the sun slow cooks you whenever you're drinking during the daytime.
Like a
in the
rotisserie
summer.
chicken.
This out there is like
I do. I'm like, all
style.
golden. All golden.
Rotisserie style getting like slow roast.
You
It's
just,
like,
you just gotta
oh my
bob and
God.
weave in and out of the shade. Like you just gotta bob and
Oh, I
weave
love
that
it.
shit.
I don't care. Like, I love it.
All right,
Yeah,
so
that's
like
it.
I don't want to cut this one short.
Oh, we gotta
But,
ask me my questions.
I want you to tell us a moment that you have walked in the walk-in and it was however you
I
felt.
was gonna assume that story was the one with the dolphins.
No. Oh, no. So
Unless she has another one.
I actually have a walk-in story. I got proposed to in a walk-in.
Oh shit.
Oh fuck!
So when I
No, wait. Did you tell him to get stuck on the ground? Like,
no, so hold on. Okay, so I worked at this luxurious resort, the one with the little palm, on 22 suites, 16 and under. The guy next to me, Albert, was in the Russian, actually not the Russian, in the communist army. He was like one of the special troopers or whatever. We worked right next to each other. When we first met, I loved EDM. I loved house music. We went out dancing a couple of times. He was like, "You're like my black caviar. You just jiggle, jiggle."
You like my
I love it. And I was
you
like,
like
"Ah."
my black caviar?
Yeah, he was like, "You like caviar."
You gotta
He was
eat
like,
that.
"Jiggle,
You
jiggle,
gotta
oh my
eat
jiggle."
God,
that. You
that's the name of
gotta
the
eat
episode.
that.
That is the name.
He's like, "You like caviar."
Black
caviar.
Yeah.
Black
So
caviar.
we had been going out back and forth.
Who
and-
ain't eating black caviar?
Oh,
Though?
we could
You
get,
gotta eat
get
that.
Ostera, but
gotta
beluga. Yeah, so we're sitting there, and it was like Friday night. It's the full moon. I'm working fish station, so of course my station's getting hit the hardest, and I have to go back to the cooler, the walk-in, to go get my extra pan of yellowtail. And he comes running behind me, and he's like, "Hey, hey, hey!" And I'm like, "Albert, I ain't got time for this. What? And he was like, I think you and I should make marriage. And I'm standing there with a pan full of like yellowtails like cut up earlier, and I was like, really? This is what you want to ask me right now? He goes, I was thinking about it. I go, next to me on the hotline? And he was like, yeah, we talk about it on the boat back. And I was like, okay. So like, but in the walk-in, that's how like I got proposed to. And he did. And I was like, so I thought he was joking. And I said, all right, you go get me a ring. He goes, I'll pick you up tomorrow. So I was like, all right. So we got on the boat. We talked about it. And then he came and picked me up the next day. And he was told me I could pick out whatever I wanted.
What the fuck?
And that's...
She's teaching a class. She's teaching a class. She's teaching a class. She's teaching a class.
Oh my God!
So I got married to...
Why are you all flexing so hard right now?
I got engaged to
an
ex-Russian communist soldier and a walk-in in the Keys.
She needs t-shirts that say that.
She needs t-shirts.
It's the flex for me.
It's the flex for me.
It's the flex for
Like,
me.
cheers, motherfucking cheers, Charlotte. Like,
I had a great time. Real life. The funniest thing is when I brought him home from the hurricane, my mama didn't know which one I was married to because I brought home 2 other English kids who were our servers because they couldn't leave during the hurricane. So my mama comes downstairs and goes, "Which one's the husband?" I was like,
Charlotte, I am so in love with you right now.
The best of stories.
Man, girl, you better stop playing.
I feel like she's gonna tell me that
Charlotte literally might be the GOAT.
She might tell me that
Charlotte is definitely the GOAT, man. I mean, the way that I believe things, man, the black woman is God, man. She's
thanks.
I mean,
I like how it initially is.
And like real talk, man, like she a real deal legend. Like people don't talk about legends when they still alive, man. People talk about legends when they gone, man. She's been doing this and still doing this, and that's being a legend, man. I'm happy to just you being able to talk with us, man.
Because
like,
I love you
real.
guys. Like I always tell people, I was like, I love seeing people who are really good at what they do. And you guys are really good at what you do.
I'm all right.
Yeah, you're a little bit better than all right. I don't like the word better. No, seriously, because when you asked me to do this, I was like, yeah, absolutely. I knew it would be fun. So thank you.
I just got one last thing. It's gonna be a one word. I just need a one word answer.
All right.
I didn't do the 86. Sorry. We were just so engaged with everything.
That shit was lit.
Yeah.
What about that 86?
You already know. You already know the question.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
People not respecting a culture they want to sell.
Whew.
Hey.
A word.
Hey.
All right, and that has
That's a word.
10.
That's
correct?
episode 10, man. Episode
10.
This is episode 10,
First
man.
woman.
We made it to 10 without killing each other.
The first woman.
Yeah, on episode 10.
On episode 10.
Yay. I hope you guys have come back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So,
See, everybody wants a comeback. Hey.
but first of all, let's end it. So this was episode 10 from Tales from the Walk-In. Our very, 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 very special guest, Charlotte Miller. Please tell them where they can find you at.
www.mamablanche.com. I have delivery business, do catering, and I also do work with Project Return, which is really important to me because it helps people who've been previously incarcerated find jobs. So if you have spaces where you're willing to try those things for people in hospitality, I would never put anybody in there I wouldn't trust myself. So let me know. So that's where you can find me. Also on Instagram, it's Charlotte E. Miller 1 because I'm not hiding from anyone. So you can just find me. There's always food posts. There's always snacks. And I'm always posting like where I'm hosting things. Like I'm always hosting tailgates and parties. And there's usually free.
On the way.
Steeplechase. I'm doing steeplechase.
I'm looking forward to the summer.
Lit.
It's gonna be a good summer.
Katie, tell them where they can find you at, Mama.
At Happy Nappy Froyo. That's HAPINAPIFROYO on Instagram. That's my name on the TikToks, I think. And
TikToks?
The TikToks.
The TikTok.
Oh, I'm too old for TikTok.
Girl, I don't do shit. I just be watching other kids because I'm like, I'm way too
TikToks.
old. No, I just watch funny shit on there.
Oh, okay.
Also Facebook, just Katie Sadiq. That's SADDIQ, and that's it.
Claybon, man, tell them where they can find you.
They know where I am, bro. They know where I am.
The animal. Pump the animal right now.
If we made it this far, I'm pretty sure they can find me. We're good. We're good.
I'm so gonna put your shit out there.
That's the professional Instagram. DA professional. That's
AKA
DA professional.
He's also
Strong.
detailing cars for a price. Hit him up.
Strong back zaddy. And this is one of your hosts, Hot Sauce Tuna Sandwich, man. And this was Tales from the Walk-In. Love y'all.